Okay, on to eighth experiment. Eighth experiment is the first experiment in a section called as advanced Git operations. And over here, we'll be using the cherry pick operation, right? So the cherry pick, the name itself basically suggests that idea that cherry picks allows you to select a range of commits from a source branch and apply it to the current branch, without merging all the changes, right? So whatever merges which we have seen so far in our remote repository merge as well as the local branch merge have been full merges, right? So in this case, we will selectively select particular commits or a range of commits. So we'll show you how to do that. So let's get started with this experiment. For this experiment, I at least need more than one branch. So let's get started. We'll move on to our terminal to work this out. So I'm trying to connect to the remote terminal. Okay, so we are back to our Windows terminal and the DOS prompt. Yeah, so I'm going to create a repository called as, okay, in this case, I will create a repository git init exp8. So it creates a folder called as exp8 and initialize the repository inside that. So I'm going to go inside exp8. And of course, it's a new repository, no content. So I'm going to create some content. Okay, I'm going to commit changes to app.text and then do a git add and then do a git commit -m. And I'm going to say first commit, close, enter, done. Now I'm going to make some more changes now to the file. I want a few more commits. So in this case, 2, right? So app.text. Similarly, I'm going to commit it now by using -am. I'm going to say second commit. So 2 commits are done. Um, do we need to make some more commits? Why not? Let's make one more. At least 3 commits in this experiment will help. So I'm making changes. App.text, then git commit. Let's call this as commit. Done. Let's look at the history. -1 line. I have 3 commits. So let's clear the screen. Let's look at the history. So I have 3 commits over here. Okay. And when I say -1 line, it also shows me the commit ID. The commit ID is important in this experiment because Git cherry pick will be using the commit ID. We will select based on that particular command as such, right? So these changes have been made, and you can see all the changes over there. So in this case, what I will do is I'll have to create a branch where I can apply these changes, right, selectively. So what I'll do to create a branch, the command, it is git branch. We can also use git checkout -b, but I'm sticking to the common commands. Git branch, let's call it as destination. It's too long. Let's call it as source branch. Okay, so I've created one. I will switch to the branch, git switch, source branch. Okay, so I'll switch to the branch. What is the version of the file in my branch? App.text. It has got only line 3. Very strange. Crazy. Okay, so Yeah. So I can see only that changes over there, quite surprising. Git log, all three changes are visible, but it seems the source branch has inherited only one change. Okay. So in the source branch, let's verify the branch by saying git um, branch source branches. I need to make some commits to the branch, then I can make those changes. So my source branch has one commit over there. So what I will do is I will selectively select the commits and apply it. In this case, the syntax would be git. So before that, git cherry hyphen pick. So that's the syntax. Please don't do that mistake in the spelling. And followed by the first commit. So I will do it in the reverse order. So I'll copy the commit ID and yeah, so the copy is not Control C, Command C. Okay. In Windows, it would be Control C and I paste the commit ID here by saying Control V. That is not what we wanted. What we wanted to copy was, let me just type it out. D436EF2, right? So I've selected a commit which I want to be added to this branch now. And I'm going to say enter. Now it has created a conflict because maybe the line is conflicting with another line over there. So what we'll do now is resolve the conflict by saying notepad app.txt text. Now you can see that uh, the conflict is between these two lines. So I'll resolve the conflict by removing all the conflicting text and keeping it in a form that I wanted. Okay, so this is the form I would want it in. Save that. And then I'm going to come here and say git add dot, and then say git cherry pick. Please note, you have to do a git add before you do that. Git cherry pick minus minus continue. So git cherry picks continues. Uh, Second commit with cherry pick. Right. Cherry pick done. Save. Fine. Close. Next time I'll show you how to run this cherry pick command and also in the same line provide this message. Okay. So the changes are done. Let's type the file and see. Type app.txt. That's it. Git log. Git log shows me the second commit with cherry pick, which is done to the source branch. So this is happening in my branch. Done. Now I'll apply one more commit also, the last one which is left, by saying git cherry hyphen pick, and I want to apply the first commit. In fact, for the first commit, I will select Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and run it. So again, there's a conflict here, right? So we're going to resolve the conflict, right? So resolve the conflict by saying notepad app.txt. Now you can see that in the incoming file, that is in the file in my source branch, there is an empty line, but my main branch from which commit I'm trying to copy, this particular commit, has a line called as line 1 over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace my conflicting symbols and fix this file the way I would want it to be done. File save. Okay, file save. I hope it's got saved. Again, the system is stuck. Yes, has got saved. Let's verify that by saying, yeah, the file has got saved. I'll close the file. Let's open the file again over here. So yeah, the file has been saved. So I come back over here, then I say git add dot, then git cherry hyphen pick hyphen continue. Here I'll include the message so that it doesn't open up that editor to pop it. I said third cherry pick commit. Exception, one to the exception. Okay. Is it the problem with my? Okay. This is not working right now, so let's try it again. So in this case, this is not working. So I will choose the option instead of continuing. I will choose the option of aborting this. So I'll say abort. So cherry pick has got cherry pick abort, where you abort an operation when you realize that the commits have not been are not matching for whatever reason, and you want to avoid that. There is also cherry pick skip, which will skip the commit, right? So to abort and back to the state before the cherry pick. So cherry pick skip will just skip the commit. The cherry pick will still be available in the sense that you don't want to commit the changes. You just want to skip it, right? So the merge conflict is there. You have resolved it, but you don't want the change to happen. So you want to skip that change, maybe choose another commit in order to do it. So we are using cherry pick abort. Now cherry pick can also run in terms of a range of commits. So if I say git log minus minus one line, you can see multiple commits over here. So I can choose to say git cherry pick, and I can choose a range of commits starting from this commit, because this will give me an error, but I'm just demonstrating you the command usage. Space to this commit, right? Yeah, it will give me an error when I execute, but what I want you to show is how do you cherry pick a range of commits. Over here, you're picking a range. All of these commits will be committed. That is how you pick a range. So what is cherry pick for? Please also refer your lab manual for step by step of this experiment. Yeah, so cherry pick is basically used to selectively identify certain commits and only applies those commits instead of merging all the commits, which is typically done when you merge a branch with the main branch or the main branch with a feature branch. So the merging complete history will not be done. Only the selective commits will be committed. Now, what is cherry pick useful for? Cherry pick is useful for creating hot fixes for your code, or doing patch releases, one small fix just for this release kind of patch fixes, or even to migrate changes from one branch to another branch. You would want selectively fix for a particular bug to be applied and not other commits to be applied. Cherry pick is the way you do it. So this is the usage of the cherry pick command. This completes exercise number 8, advanced Git operations using cherry pick. Yep. Thank you.